Hi everyone. We're going to do a few minutes for the fascia around the shoulder area. What you'll need is a block and a tennis ball and a wall. So for this fascial release, we're going to start with the right shoulder blade. You want to take the tennis ball in between the shoulder blade and the spine, in between the scapula and the spine there, on the medial side, the part towards the middle. And as you place the ball in that spot, then you can kind of move your body, bend and straighten your legs, let the ball roll in between the scapula and the spine. And you might notice a tender place, a tight place. If you do, you can just pause there for a moment, press into it gently as you breathe. It doesn't take a lot to get a fascial release. Really, 10 to 20% pressure is all you need. Now, we want to take it to the outside of the scapula as well, the outside of the shoulder blade. We're trying to avoid the bony parts. Just roll along the soft tissue. The outside of the shoulder blade. You could roll back to the inside of the shoulder blade again. The shoulder blade itself is like an upside down triangle, so you can roll in a V along the inner edge and the outer edge. Again, just avoiding any bony parts as much as possible. You want to get it into the soft tissue. And after a little bit there, and of course you can pause the video if you want to stay here a little bit longer, but this is the first part. There'll be 3 parts to the right shoulder. So the second part is going to be at the deltoid, the outside of the shoulder. Place the ball like so and then lean into the wall. You can roll front to back here. You can roll up and down along the length of the upper arm bone. Just rolling in whatever way feels good for you. And again, 10 to 20% pressure is all you need to get a release in the fascia. So being kind to yourself, you're not trying to make bruises or anything like that. Okay, we're going to finish up with the deltoid, but again, pause it if you need a little more time there. Now the third spot for the shoulder is this pectoral area, the inner armpit, and perhaps even up under the collarbones as well. So it's that whole area, and the way that you'll get that is with your block. You're going to place it on the wall about shoulder height, place the ball on the block, and then lean in. So the block is a spacer. That way you're not just face planting into the wall. And then again, you're in control. You can direct the movement where it feels best for you. Sometimes it may feel a little ropey on the inside of the armpit there. The pectoral muscles can get really tight just with normal daily activity. Roll, again, you could roll under the collarbone a little bit. Roll in the way that feels best for you. And then we'll finish up this part. You can set your ball and the block down and stand a moment in mountain pose, in Tadasana, and do a few shoulder rolls up and back and down, and just notice how one side feels compared to the other. With the shoulder blades down the back, do a slow no now and notice if there's any difference in the range of motion in one side of your neck compared to the other side. And after a few times like that, then we'll get the second shoulder. So we want to start at the back. We want to start at the scapula. So between the shoulder blade and the spine here, you lean into the wall and then you can make your adjustments. You get to roll along the soft tissue, along the medial side of the shoulder blade, the inside between the shoulder blade and the spine. And here again, you might notice some tender places, some tight places. You can give that a little extra love. Doesn't have to be a lot of pressure. And then we also want to get the outside of the scapula, the lateral side. As I mentioned before, the shoulder blade is the shape of a downward triangle. So you get to roll along that V shape on those two sides in the manner that feels best for you. And if you need more here, just pause it again and keep going at this spot. Otherwise, we'll move to the second spot, which is the deltoid, the outside of the shoulder. So you get to lean in to the ball, into the wall, and roll front to back. You can roll up and down along the length of the upper arm bone, the humerus bone. And you can even explore circles or figure eights or roll in the way that feels best for you. And take your time with it. And then as you're ready, we'll finish up with that third spot. Okay, so third spot is the pectoral area and up under the collarbones. And we'll use the block for that. So place the block against the wall, ball against the block, and then lean in. Roll where you feel you need it. And again, it doesn't have to be a lot of pressure. It's enough pressure to keep the block on the wall without holding with your hands, but not so much pressure that there's pain. Just roll in the way that feels best for you. This fascial release, it's helping make space in the shoulders, of course, but what we now know, because of the connective tissue, it functions like a hologram. So if we make space in one part of the body, that can help decompress really the entire rest of the body as well. So this little bit for the shoulders here can really do some wonders for your whole physical form. Now, if you need more time here, of course, you can just pause the video again and keep going. Otherwise, we'll set the block down, we'll set the ball down, back in your mountain pose, back in your Tadasana. Do a little slow no again. Gently turn your head side to side, noticing the range of motion. With your head back in center, you can roll the shoulders up and back and down. Roll the shoulders up and forward and down. And then we're going to finish up with the up and back and down motion, because that's what really opens the chest area and brings engagement to the upper back. As the shoulder blades draw down your back, voila! Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that little fascial release. A few minutes for the fascia. Namaste.